I'm not gonna lie, this episode could have been an email, so I feel like my debrief is going to be just as short and sweet. So the episode opened up with Jaden and Caleb having a bunch of beef. Where did it come from? Don't fucking know. So Caleb was talking to the girls trying to get some advice because he feel like Jaden not really fucking with him for real and she's kind of faking the funk, but he was seeking advice from women who were sitting like across the table from Jaden. And so Jaden obviously heard the conversation and Jaden was like, bro, like if you want to talk to me direct. Don't go around the corners. And so they have like a little low-key screaming match. He's saying, I feel like you don't really like me. You don't really fuck with me. And Jaden is like, yeah, well, I just feel like you keep talking about our connection, but like, I don't know anything about you. Like, I don't know your favorite cutler and I don't know this and I don't know that. And I'm like, well, babe, like, did you try maybe asking him those questions? Like, I get it, it's a two-way street, right? And someone does have to initiate the conversation, but like, if you feel like you have all of these things that you want to know about him that you don't know, have we maybe explored the option of asking him the question? I'm just saying. Anyways, they had their argument. It blew over. By the next morning, they were cool. They were kissing again and everything was fine, whatever, cool. In the morning, we also saw that Gaul had made breakfast for Jen. And something I want to note is the fact that Gaul was approached by Zach and he was telling Zach that he's making breakfast for Jen even though Jen was mad. And Zach was like, really? And I was like, wow, like, Zach is really a despicable man. Because of course you're surprised. Of course you're surprised that he's making Jen breakfast even though Jen is upset with him because you left Kata to starve. You left Kata hungry as fuck, watching everybody else eat their breakfast, claiming that the kitchen was too full for you to cook, even though it was never too full before, right? But now all of a sudden the kitchen's too full to cook because Caleb had pulled her for a chat the night before. Caleb pulled her for a chat the night before and you left Kata to starve. And that just brought back the memory and it pissed me off all over again. But anyways, the boys all bring the girls breakfast. Carl cut the apple into flowers. Yo, cut this man the check. Cut him the check. He's like something out of a romance novel. And I'm just waiting for the hat to drop. I think I'm traumatized. I think I'm just a little bit traumatized. But like, I'm genuinely just like, wow, like, he's just so sweet. He's so sweet and so cute. And like, she said that she likes cheesy shit. And he said, I will bring all the cheese. And that he has, you know? I love that for you, sister. Say no to black love. Say no to black love. Then they cut to Dylan in the photo booth taking pictures with Kenzie's breakfast. Boy, if you don't bring me my fucking food before the eggs get cold, what are we doing? And like, you know how fruit be, like, you give apples 2 seconds and they start turning brown. Like, you having a photo op with my breakfast, bring me my breakfast. But yeah, the girls were up there arguing because Sincere was taking too long to bring the breakfast, and Anaya was like, you know, he's probably doing something nice for you, whatever. And Melanie was like, bro, you're always team Sincere, always team Sincere. And she was like, yeah, I'm team Sincere, the fuck, like, I'm not switching up. And Kata was like, yeah, but what about team Melanie's feelings? Exactly. No shade, I love Anaya down. I really do. I do think that Anaya is in fact the wrong friend to go to when you're going through some shit with your man. Yeah, I think Anaya just sees the best in everybody. I don't know, like, even her ability to like forgive Sincere and be kikiing with him after seeing the shit that was going on and the way that he was talking about her connection with KC behind her back and the shit that he was co-signing low key. Like, I'm just like, how could you still fuck with him, you know? And then also, furthermore, she went through everything that she went through with KC, right? And the fact that KC was disrespectful to her. And she said to KC in the chat that they had, the first one, that like, you know, the level of disrespect that he had for her, like, that's just not somebody that she wants around her. So like, you know, like, she'll accept his apology, but that's not the kind of person that she needs to surround herself with. So why are you encouraging Melanie to surround herself with Sincere? I'm just wondering. It's no shade. It's no shade. It's coming from a place of love. It is. But I'm just confused. Like, why are you team Sincere? And like, why are you riding so hard? Team Sincere. You know what I mean? Because like, you didn't do anything wrong. And like, Sincere was over there very heavily not team Anaya when KC was doing his thing. So, you know, like, maybe tone it down. Maybe just tone it down just a little bit, Bookie. It's okay. But yeah, Sincere came up with the rose and, you know, did the rose petals and made breakfast for Melanie. And they had like a cute little chat when they had breakfast and stuff like that. And like, yeah, that's cute. You're still a compulsive liar, though. Like, unfortunately, I genuinely don't think there's anything that you could do within the confines of this villa that would make me feel like I can close my eyes and sleep peacefully next to you. You know what I'm saying? A man that can lie to me like that, I would be afraid that you would take my life. Yeah, I'd be terrified, really. Like, this is just within the villa. Like, if you were that comfortable lying straight to my fucking face and living a double life while I'm in the same house with you actively, like I'm feet away at all times, and you're still that comfortable lying to me, imagine what life would be like on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, that man could have 6 families in the neighborhood, right? Like, I don't know, is the risk worth the reward? I don't think to be laid up next to the Burmese curly, it's not worth it. It's not. But anyways, they get the text that they're going to have a recoupling in the nighttime. And so obviously all the girls have clocked that there's an extra girl there. There's a girl that's going home. Gaul has clocked that the decision is up to him. He goes and has a chat with Amora. Once again, I'm not seeing it for Amora. Can't stand her ass. Amora's having a chat with Gaul. And in the chat, Gaul is like, I'm kind of going back and forth between whether or not I should choose Jen, whatever. And Amora says, I'm not going to lie to you. Jen be dogging you in the dressing room. Bitch, what? You want to stay in the villa that bad? Are you that desperado to stay in the villa that you would backdoor another woman, throw another girl under the bus for the sake of sleeping next to Gaul? I don't think she's had a single episode where she hasn't pissed me the fuck up and just done some weirdo shit. Like, now is it true? Yes. Like, when he brought the breakfast and Jen was up there pissed off because he didn't put syrup on the pancakes, and she was like, he can't do anything right. Like, Jen was, in fact, fed up. Yeah, she was fed up with the man. But like, can you blame her? I bring you back from Casa Amor and immediately you want to explore with other bitches in the house. Like, I don't know. Like, I would be irritated too if I was Jen. And then that whole conversation that he had with her where he was like low-key trying to like manipulate her and gaslight her a little bit and make the fact that he can't get any of the other bitches in the house her problem. Like, he's weird. But Amora, you're even weirder. And that's why you got what the fuck you got at the end of tonight's episode. Yeah. So let's get into the dumping, the highlights of the dumping. First of all, producers, you actually didn't need to force me to sit there and listen to all 11,000 of these couples deliberate. I didn't give a fuck. Like, I'm looking at the episode and I'm like, damn, like this episode is an hour and a half long for what? Like, well, there must be some real serious juice. Whole time, a whole 45 minutes of the episode is dedicated to the deliberation alone. Don't waste my time like that ever again. Do not waste my time. Like, TT has a job. I don't have time for this shit. But anyways, they had the recoupling first. All the couples were like obvious. Corbin's speech for Parmita, like, when are we gonna get them out of my villa? No shade. No shade. Corbin standing up and saying, I want to couple up with this girl because she makes me very happy and there is absolutely nothing wrong with her from head to toe. That was the entirety of his speech, ladies and gentlemen. And so when Kenzie gave her speech, right, during the dumping, saying who they wanted to dump, and Kenzie said, yeah, I feel like this couple is solely based on lust, right? Because this guy doesn't really talk about anything of substance when he talks about why he likes this girl. I don't understand why Corbin and Parmita were confused. And then Parmita low-key trying to check Kenzie, talking about stop being petty. Because, like, that's not true. Baby, who was being petty? Like, that's all y'all fucking talk about. And then when she was defending herself, she was like, like, we both just know that we're very attractive people, babe. That's the point. Why is that a frequent topic of conversation? She was like, yeah, we could get deep. Can you, though? Because if I recall correctly, you was telling him that you feel like you don't know anything about him and you guys want to get deep. And he basically told you to shut the fuck up. Like, no shade. Like, I'm sorry, no shade. Carl had a cuter speech for the girl who got him dumped from the island. You know what I mean? Like, Parmita, we gotta want more for ourselves, I fear. Now, however, with that being said, Parmita and Corbin did low-key eat when they chose Melanie and Sincere. I would say, like, Corbin saying that his reasoning was because he values respect. A little debatable, just a little bit. Pero, Parmita ate in her little speech, telling Melanie, like, babe, I'm so sorry. Like, you might like each other, but love is not enough, Buki. Like, this shit is ghetto. This shit is toxic. You need to get the fuck up out of there, mama. And I'm like, damn, maybe there is more than just tumbleweeds up there. Like, she did eat that. She did. Like, I'm sorry. They really fried me with the whole we're so attractive shit. Like, babe, everybody in this house is attractive. With the exception of Gaul. But everybody's attractive. You know what I mean? Gotta hit me with something else. Gotta come with something else, Buki. Yeah, anyways, it ended up being Amora and Gaul who got the most votes to get off the island. Shocker. So look at that. You backdoor Jen just so that you could use Gaul as a ticket to stay in the house just to end up on the same flight as Jen. Isn't that bad a bitch? And then Caleb got dumped. Caleb and Jaden. Like, I don't really care too much about Jaden if I'm being real. Like, the amount of screen time that she was getting today, I was just like, damn, like, I kind of miss when I couldn't really hear you speaking. But like, then it all made sense why they were getting so much screen time in the beginning of the episode. Like, they were kind of like, setting the scene for them getting dumped. I'm just like, damn, like, Caleb, I really fucked with you. Like, low-key, if he would have just coupled up with Melanie, like, everything could have been great. You know what I mean? Speaking of Melanie, I can understand why Kenzie is mad that she voted for her to get the boot. But I think that her saying that Melanie's reasoning was not true, I don't really know, Kenzie. Like, do I think that Kenzie was done exploring? Not entirely. And I feel like she did very much like settle down under duress. And like that's okay. But yeah, anyways, producers, I know y'all might have emptied the clip with all the bombshells really early in the season, but like it's not too late to throw just one more in there. Maybe Melanie will just jump ship real quick so she doesn't have to leave. But that evil man cannot go to my final. No shade. No shade. Anyways, excited to see the result of the vote for tomorrow. Let's just wrap this season up, y'all. TT Tide.